Good evening, everybody. I'm Pierre Roberge, the Daily Trader. It is September 1st, and we are going to take a look at Tesla stock from a technical analysis perspective. My goal in doing these videos is to help you understand how to use technical analysis to make better trading and investing decisions. But I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and make your own decisions. So Tesla is up today $1.67. That's 0.61%. Closed at 277.28. Post market, we seem to be up by 16 cents. Let's look at what we have here on the chart. If we only look at the close, 277.28, then we miss part of the picture because then we only know that, well, Tesla is up by $1.67. We can think that it was a pretty good day. The stock is going up. But if we look at the chart, we are going to also look at the opening, the high, the low, and the close. And that gives us a significantly different picture. So yes, we closed just a little bit higher than where we closed yesterday. So we closed here today at the top of the green rectangle. Yesterday, we closed at the bottom of the red. The close is always at the bottom of the red and at the top of the green. Yes, we closed a little bit higher, but look at how low we went. So we went as low at 266. So if we look at it here, so 266 is not too far away from our support. So sometimes stock don't go right to the support before going up. So here, we were pretty much right on support. Not here, went a little bit higher, then really touched the support and even crossed it. Here, right smack on the support. Here, we are not yet there. So there's a possibility that we still go touch that support, but it's not a certainty. It's possible that the stock went close enough to support that it might not come back to it soon. So let's just keep that in mind. So we can consider this a bounce on support because we have a long wick here at the bottom. As I said, the stock price went down and then was pushed back up during the day and then closed higher than where we opened. We have a green candle right here. This can be seen as a nice bounce like here. Look at this here. On January 29th, we had the same type of candle here. Green at the top, a long wick. Green at the top, long wick. These two were right on support. I'm going to give you that. Here, this was not right on support. Boom, a long wick right here. So, we can find some that are not quite on support, but that really made the stock change direction. So this is a possibility. This is a possibility. And my job here is to tell you all of the possibilities so that you can assess your own risk. Let's go see the 1-hour chart here. So on the 1-hour chart, so we opened today right here. Pretty much, I did not draw it at the time yet, but we can draw a support at each of these levels right here. We had many levels during this descent because on the 1-hour chart, we had this descent here. So we had a level here, we had a level here, we had a level here, and sometimes we bounce away from it and sometimes, and then we come back to it. We had another level here. First thing in the morning, we opened right here, went up, went down. We did not know where we were going to end up. It was not clear. Then the second hour became clearer because then we started going down, going down, going down. So one strategy was to just buy a put here. Just buy a put here because we had a break in support. The support was here and we had a break in support. We had no stochastic, so the stock was supposed to plunge. And yes, it did. It plunged right here and then it started pulling back. So at that point, when it starts to pull back, you have to make a decision. Well, am I pocketing the little bit of profit I got from the stock going down? Or I'm going to wait it out and hope that the stock does not move too back up. And then you can decide, well, okay, I'm going to stop at this line here. If it goes beyond, I'm going to sell. with maybe a little bit of a loss, or no, I'm going to stop until we see if it breaks this downward resistance, and then I'm going to sell at that point. You had many different options for you to decide on. And this is why I don't tell you when to buy and when to sell, because this is such a personal thing. You know, if you made money here, it's okay to just pocket it. It's okay to wait a little bit at an arbitrary point. It's okay to wait at this point here. It's okay to wait at this point here. At some point, at some point, everything is going to reverse. So at some point, it's going to not work. But this strategy worked from at this point here, short, and we keep it until it pulls back. It did not pull back great. It went to here, then it pulled back. Are you going to sell it or not? It's your own decision. If you use the last level as a stopgap, then you would have stayed in and got another swing for free, So possibly one swing, two swings, three swings in a row. And this one was a little bit high. So most of you and myself would have sold at this point. But still, that's 1, 2, 3 swings. That's pretty good. And then here, the same strategy again. Boom. But this time, the good choice, the best option would have been to sell after a significant pullback that you could have decided. Why was it the best scenario to sell after the stock came? Because we were getting quite close to this important support. So supports tend to make stocks go back up. There was a possibility that Tesla would be going back up. So it was the safe bet. It was the safe bet to kind of sell at the bottom, sell at the bottom here. And then Tesla just went back up from the 3rd hour on. Green. We broke our tiny downward resistance. So this is now a support. This line here that acted as a resistance, at the 130 candle was crossed. This is now also a support. And look at how precisely the stock played on our lines. I drew this line right here at 269.04. I drew it right after this candle here. Then the 1230 candle crossed it. The next candle just touched it here. This 130 candle touched this one right here. The 230 candle touched this here at the bottom. When your lines are adequately drawn, the stock is going to just touch it all the time and use it all the time. So this is really nice to see. And, I am still amazed. I'm still amazed after all these years. I'm still amazed that this is working. This is almost unfair, but that's okay. So now we finished with a nice green candle and we broke back into our descending trend. So we are still into a big descending trend, but we are just back into it like we were at this point here. So we were right to this close right here, and now we are back into it. So a possibility is that we continue. This is the good thing about the stock market, is that when we break a resistance, the stock tends to continue in the same direction. So there is a possibility that we go back up a little bit higher. Then we are going to encounter some resistance, and we don't have stochastic over 60 yet. This move might be stopped at 280.55, and we might come down a little bit after. So that's a possibility. If we are coming close to 280.55 with a stochastic over 60, then the chance is better that we are going to continue. I don't know what is the answer for what is going to happen tomorrow. I'm not going to predict what is going to happen tomorrow, but personally, this move right here was just enough for me to take a chance. We are back into this downward channel, and I took a chance. So I bought a few calls with the strike price of 275, expiry date next Friday, and I am taking a chance with these calls. And if we are going to pull back here, then I can sell them with a little bit of profit. And if it goes a little bit higher, then I can sell them or I can exercise them. I have a lot of possibilities. But this is just me. On the daily chart, stochastic is still very low on the daily chart. So on the hourly chart, we have a nice move and we almost have stochastic over 60. So maybe there's a little bit of an hour play to be done on the hourly chart. And then things might just start to fall back again a little bit later. Because from a daily chart perspective, it's still not ready yet. It's still not ready yet. We still have the two lines above zero, and we had lost RSI, and we still have lost DMI. Stay tuned with me on the next video. We are going to look at the VIX, the Dow Jones, S&P 500, and NASDAQ Composite, because these indices and the VIX are going to also influence what is going to happen with Tesla tomorrow. Let's take a look. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.